Alright, Gumshoe gameplay. Peak!
Gumshoe Gaming! Gumshoe Gaming! Sir, I'm picking something up over here. Let's take a little look-see, huh? Found this little guy in the grass. They're the exact same weight as the weight found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose? I wonder who. I count 4 altogether, sir.
They will be more than heavy enough to send him flying.
So someone's hid several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? And why over here? Gee, could it be the gator? Yeah, nice work, me! Ah!
Alligator! It's Florida.
Oh, sorry. It's distracted. Apparently it's the Unisonus death anniversary. That thing nearly gave me a heart attack! Huh? What's the matter, detective? It's the metal detector, sir. It's, reacted to the gator.
What? How?
You sure it's not responding to the weight we just found? No, sir, I'm sure there's something different. And I'm sure it's coming from the gator. And she's gone.
Ha! We scared that big snapper good.
That's not how this works.
I don't think that's okay.
Huh? Then what is it?
She hasn't been herself lately.
That's the name. Allie. The warden's favorite pet.
She wouldn't even look at the food her warden the guard brought her yesterday. She's acting as if, I don't know, as if maybe she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her.
Maybe the metal detector was responding to whatever she ate, sir.
Oh no, what if she ate one of the weights?
I'm pretty sure the gator would be dead. I highly doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Okay, could you recreate the scene again?
Coming right up.
I think about the two recreations. The one doing the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the two. Namely, that one of the ropes is missing.
Oh yeah!
Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work if only the items we see before us.
So what happened?
Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence we collected might tell us exactly that.
Really?
Take that!
Oof. Get the shotgun. Shoot him. Judge.
Guilty!
Thank you.
Ah!
Take that!
Aha! Ha ha ha. It was a snake. Yeah, you can't tell between a rope and a snake, you're in trouble.
The rope was found beside Knight's body.
Wait! You mean...
Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick.
So you're saying...
Yes, that this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found.
Oh god.
Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else.
What was it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm dying here!
Not yet, you aren't.
Figuratively.
Die. Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that and you'll soon find out the answer. The way it dropped down the well in place of the iron weights was...
Take that!
Yeah, that would do it.
It could have only been Knight's body that was dropped down the well.
What?! Mr. Knight's body was the weight?!
Yes. Somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. When he let the rope around his body loose, both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well.
Dog, this Saint's fucking boyfriend is being manhandled here. Jesus Christ.
That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden.
So that no one will realize they've been replaced with the body!
Precisely. We can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer.
Uncle Neo.
Whoa there, gang. Wasn't poor old Bronco stabbed in the neck? Wouldn't there be blood everywhere? including down the well.
Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this.
Take that!
This top was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it.
It's all coming together.
No, that's a different franchise.
Oh.
Oh, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. It's all coming together now. Love it!
But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well. Which means we're helping to prove that Simeon was the killer.
No, not quite.
But what about what Judge Gavelle said yesterday?
Ah, but Mr. Saint, if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go to such lengths to commit his crime?
That's true.
Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing during that time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show.
Yeah, I guess we did suspect Mr. Canis right away, huh?
Oh shit. Sorry, I was watching the Udasana thing. I think they're hinting at doing it again.
Really?
Watch the video. The coffin lid moves.
Maybe they're doing. Maybe they're. I don't know. I feel like they might do something similar to it, but I don't know if they do the exact same thing.
I think it would be the time to do it. I mean, provided no global, massive pandemic happens again.
Yeah.
Because that kind of screwed over a lot of it.
Yeah, but they had to do like half of it by being apart from each other. Yeah.
That's what the killer's goal. That was the killer's goal. To make us think the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together?
It would have been the day before the show. Night before, actually. We're getting ready for the show at around 9 p.m. I think we finish around midnight? Midnight?
I figured it out, guys. I know who's the killer is. Useless wiener.
He did it!
Oh, I know who the actual person who did it is. I just want him gone. You're grounded for life. In which case the killer must have switched out the weights for the body after that point. Did Case know about this contraption? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it.
Crazy.
I highly doubt he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down wells.
Craziest trick you can teach a dog.
Actually, I did. I got really bored one year. Which means Canis isn't the killer.
Even though I really want him to. Give it like 2 chapters. He's gonna be the killer. Watch.
The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Isaiah.
Really? That's strange. I should have put the cart where her truck couldn't reach them.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, this is full of apples from the night before the show.
Then we must consider the possibility that the cart was moved by someone within Azia's reach. A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind. The hurricane that passed through earlier that day.
Yeah.
Likely means somebody moved it for a reason.
It was obviously that one Tornado Marvel villain, Whirlwind. He came through here.
So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved, its apples eaten. Yes, that seems the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, Kay.
Will do. I'll add that into the simulation of the performance then. Let me just change back to that recreation first. Updating based on what Regina told us now. There, all done.
basket was moved the night before the circus performance. And we deduce that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time. Oh, Peter's doing something. Hold up.
Hard to chalk that up to coincidence, huh?
The next question we should be at... Oh. Discord? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, Discord did a thing.
It's fine.
Then the next question we should be asking is... Why was the cart moved?
The power room.
I think we can I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking that door. Which can only mean...
That somebody needed to open it! Now, let's... What's... Oh. Great, it's locked. Let me ask a guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard! Yes, miss? What can I do for you? God, I hope they didn't see me smoking a doobie.
That was fast! I mean, you are in a prison. I'd be more concerned if you were in a prison and there wasn't a guard within earshot. Guard, where's the key for this door?
Oh, the warden keeps a hold of that. I'll go ask her for it.
Warden Lagarde is the only one with the key. Meaning if someone did open this door, they would have had to get it from her somehow.
Thanks for the help.
Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison.
So, we're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show, right? But why? What were they trying to do?
Well, I thought they came here by mistake, thinking it was a break room. They must have come here to tamper with the switches.
Did they turn off the power to something? Yeah, because we've been told that if the power is off, like, you can mess with the time, so...
Come to think of it, wasn't there's something that lost power?
Take that!
There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage.
Oh yeah, there was! So somebody flipped the breaker it was connected to.
It seems very likely.
Do you think it was the killer?
No, he's over. We don't know where he went after the plane.
No, not the killer, the killer.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them.
It would!
Which means... the killer would have been someone who had access to the breakers. It seems only one person has the key. Could it be? Could it?
Look pretty sussy, Warden. Alright, little thief, your work here is done. Heal me! Thank you. Let me guess, it's gonna be the warden walking in here like, hey, how's your investigation going? Do you need any help? Oh, never mind.
Oh dear.
Here they are.
First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm.
You're not the first.
Good morning, child.
What? You? Me?
Aw.
That's my bit, bitch!
Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you've made an early start.
I see you made a late one, Judge Cavell.
This is not my only case. I am a very busy woman. Not
Yeah,
all
keep
of us
acting
enjoy
like
the
it.
freedom of a prosecutor relieved of his only current responsibility.
Damn.
Oh, I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney.
Associate, more like asinine.
Well, someone had a word-a-day calendar. We'll see about that.
Eustace, let us begin the investigation of the yard.
Okay, I'll go get some officers to help.
Hold it!
That won't
Shut
be
up, Bob.
necessary.
Why not?
Well, because you see, this is a place for adults, and you are a child. Now go to your room without dinner.
Wait, didn't we meet Francisco when she was 17 at Ace of
Yeah.
22?
Yeah.
Francisca wasn't annoying, also she had a weapon. That stick does not quantify a weapon. I am not threatened. I am not threatened by this child.
Well, you should be threatened by his dad.
I'm a simple country lawyer, and I don't know what you're talking about yet, because that's all far off in the future. And by future, I mean the past. The past future.
The
You know, the thing that's
future.
coming up in the future in the next I'm moving! I don't know where that damn chef came from. We've already finished investigating the yard, and won quite the prize in the process.
One? But I'm supposed to be the winner!
That's just too goddamn bad.
Every time I hear Eustace, I think of Eustace Beg.
Your Honor, I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to thoroughly disprove it.
I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth. As I am sure you remember, your badge is in my hands.
I honestly don't know who's worse.
How could I forget? You've told me several dozen times again already. Joke's on you. I have my pocket dictionary. Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat.
You have been warned repeatedly, yes. And each time, my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination. He's going rogue.
The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simone Saint innocent.
Interesting, and spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike down your case without mercy. And when I am done, your career as prosecutor will be over as well. I hope you do not come to regret this.
Every time you bring that child along, I already do.
My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday.
There's a bird right there.
It's a parakeet.
Mr. Carcerado did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. And as such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show was Mr. Saint. And I think I can find that exact type of parakeet.
There's a manga adaptation of the X-Files?
No, I'm not surprised, honestly.
Here's a little guy.
It's the X-Files!
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Boom, found the bird. Why did it... What did it do to my image? Fucking hold on.
That's still your assertion. And you can prove it, of course.
There.
Of course you can. Who do you think you're up against?
Oh, there's two up there. One's the yellowish green one.
Right, we did it! Right? When you used to... Oh, it's...
Stop.
Hold on. Birds. Okay. What Eustace means to say is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our arrival.
Updated autopsy report.
Updated autopsy report. We're looking after baby Winter.
No fucking chill, dude. And it's a child.
There's only one thing worse.
There's only one thing worse than a prosecutor. A child.
No.
Yes. Discord. What is this new? What is this? Discord.
Discord.
Technical difficulties, folks.
You're good.
Or if something else is doing this. Oh, probably because I have that downloading in the background. I can't pause that. Lovely. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Where's the mouthwash?
Wake me up. Wake me up.
She really is a very busy woman. Busy looking after a crybaby child.
The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound is 4 inches deep. Simeon Zane was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. That was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well.
Judge Cavell hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means... I fear there may be something of a flaw in your theory, Your Honor.
You seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it?
Wow, Jimmy. You are not subtle at all about your fucking obsession.
Yes, I think I just might.
You see, even Edgeworth agrees. Objection!
Oh, that Dragon Age remaster came out! Or remake came out. Oh shit, that is $60 though. What do you mean there's a $50 Beyblade game that came out today?
A lot of things are happening today.
Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption.
And Neo died.
A contraption? Go on.
You will recall that Mr. Saint was set flying from the stage by the elephant.
I do. Just before he was to be absent for some time.
He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weight and down the well allowed him to complete the trick.
Wait! We not set him flying as soon as he set foot on the stage.
Hold it.
It's simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. With a second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, therefore controlling when the weight was dropped. We found evidence that suggests the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us the murder took place early in the morning. Rising to the scene, I light me up a cigarette and I strap shoes on my feet. Gotta find a reason things went wrong. Gotta find a reason why my money's almost gone.
'Cause you stole it.
Life is too short, so love the one I got, cause you might get run over or you might get shot. No appreciation for the classics.
Woof.
The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show.
Objection.
You're saying Mr. Saint himself set this contraption up, right? Well then, who do you think is the #1 most likely person to have used it to dispose of a body? Even you must see how this looks.
You're the killer. I have evidence.
You did it.
It's cut to like Edward like AI generating footage of Eustace setting up the murder specifically to get him arrested.
What the fuck?
I want this fucking child in jail. If Mr. Saint was the killer, he could have simply done as Judge Cavell theorized, without the extra steps. Miss Barry.
Yes?
Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's trick works?
Let's see. We had to get the prison's approval on what we were going to perform. So I don't think Simeon's the only one who knows.
And there you have it. Bitch!
I like her cape.
Yeah. Interesting. You have certainly been diligent in your investigation. And yet, I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right?
Is what I'm doing wrong? If so, who is it that deems it so?
How can you not grasp even that? How can you not see that you are doing how can you not see that you are doing wrong at this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book.
Seriously, because I have this book here, and it says right here.
Fuck
Hold
the
on.
rules.
I need a prop.
Oh. Do you want me to grab my
No,
House
I got
of
a book.
Leaves?
It says here, you bitch.
Get new material. You called everyone a bitch.
I'll stop calling people bitches when they stop being a bitch.
The thump! Oh my god.
I think only what is right and just, and act as I see fit in the situation I'm confronted with. That was the sound of the official strategy guide for RPG Maker 2. Found this today. This is the path I have chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back with all I can bring to bear.
Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me. Very well. If it is her will that we must fight, then I shall end this once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, for there is another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer. If the body was moved from the yard to the workshop, then Mr. Knight must have first been brought here to the yard from his cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simeon Saint, and thus he remains the only plausible suspect. Mr. Saint took a cage with him to Mr. Knight's cell. But why would he do that? Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells?
Yeah, it is pretty sus.
Oh my god.
Sussy baka.
But we've all met Mr. Saint.
I have it on hand, I have to use it.
But we've all met Mr. Saint, and that's exactly the kind of thing he would do. It's entirely plausible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else.
Boop, 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 boop. Wah, wah.
It may be plausible. But if it is no more or less plausible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape.
I need some real solid evidence if I'm going to get her to budge.
Objection!
Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had had the opportunity.
Which opportunity are we talking about again?
We've previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours. From this, we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time. During which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected.
Do you mean to say that our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That it was no simple camera malfunction? Is that even possible?
Our investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting.
I show up in the yard. I don't know the rest.
A panel of breakers, one of which can be used to cut the power to the security cameras. Which is a really weird thing to have in a prison now that I say it out loud. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been opened around the same time of the murder.
What?
Such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of the mark.
This Edward knows what he's doing.
And how does he explain the lock on the power room door? Oh yeah, it was kinda locked up tight. And the warden's the only one with the key. Those breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure. So I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily.
Unless it was just a warden. Roll it back!
No, but one person could have.
I beg your pardon?
That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, the position here is such a... no one dare question them.
Wait, is fucking Lagarde?
What? There's no one like that! The breaker to the electric fence is in there. They would be questioned in an instant.
I was not expecting Lagarde, dude. What?
There's only one person who could meet these criteria. I can hardly believe it myself, but we have to follow where the logic leads.
The logic makes sense.
Take that!
Lagarde.
The real culprit is...
Oh. There she is.
Speaking
Useless winner!
Huh?
I didn't do anything!
Me?
Accomplice, death.
A warden would have access to anything in the prison, so...
Warden Lagarde.
I just don't get her motive, though. That's my thing.
Beef with Knight, maybe?
No. She is the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Wait a minute. I know this one.
Oh,
Oh, I would have loved if you said the full thing.
oh, just look at you. Aren't you just cute as a little poochie? I've become Tim Curry! Would you like to go to space with David Bowie? I'm going to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Spies! I love that clip so much because you can tell that is the only clean take they got.
Yeah.
And you can tell he immediately died of laughter afterward. Red Alert is such a fucking gem of a series. Shame Ric Flair's also in that game, and Ric Flair, yeah.
Oof.
And Skipper died.
You're good.
Just look at you. Aren't you the cutest little poochie?
She's not just a pretty face, Missile is also quite the nose for sweet things. Seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed. And it's coming from you.
Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume.
Then perhaps it's the sweet stench of death.
A regular poet, aren't you? I had no idea. But if
Well,
I knew better, I'd almost think
about
you're
that.
calling Ma the killer.
This is, yeah.
Yes!
Edward being blunt as fuck about it.
I'm also calling the trial.
What?
Warden Lagarde is the killer? Mr. Edgeworth, do you realize what you're saying?
Profanity! Hey boy, how could he suspect me, huh? I'm the one in charge around here! Oh, what? It's like we're a murder mystery, aren't we?
Well, hate to break it to you. And you died.
And equally far-fetched. This is preposterous. Me. Slap face go hard.
Sadly, it is not. Though I can hardly believe it myself. Give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
don't hear him. I don't hear him. I mean, I don't hear him. He's not up there. I hear him. I hear him.
You know what? Every time Matt says give me a minute, I'm just gonna say I'll give you 30.
Stuff happens.
True.
Back.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
You're good.
But this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. This piece of evidence proves that Warden Lagarde is the killer.
Did... Oh. Right.
Take that!
Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here's your accuser.
And Neo died.
The police dog.
There they are.
We had him tracked a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you.
Oh, darling, you're priceless. Here you are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Where did you do put him in his place?
It seems Judge Gavelle may have reached a similar conclusion to myself.
You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
I do. After all, she had the key, and the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Were it just one or the other, it might be able to brush off as coincidence. However... Oh look, she's capable of listing the reason.
I mean, the evidence is there, so...
It's been there for an hour.
Come on, you're gonna need more than that. She's a judge, after all.
You're right, it's been there for 24 hours? Possibly 48?
No, here's a better answer. Why should she listen to you, a washed-up prosecutor?
Do you want to die?
Not really.
Then you should have said that.
poke both fingers in barrel, Looney Tunes style.
You know, losing your hand is a very painful thing.
Losing your shotgun is a very painful thing too, motherfucker.
That's not how this works.
Don't you understand? I work on cartoon logic, idiot.
Indeed. Then it seems a conclusion approaches. Perhaps we should hear what the Warden has to say for herself.
We should. And when we have... this case will finally be at an end.
You're all being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, killer. How could I possibly do such a thing? Dorothy told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic, I would have had to kill him there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office until right before the show began. Check if you like, you won't find a record anywhere of my having entered or left the prison proper. I haven't the first idea what harebrained theories you little scamps have cooked up, but I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer.
Give me a break! Missile, don't lie! Don't make it hard on everyone and just come clean!
Oh dear, I'm afraid you are the one making things difficult. As I just said, I never went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, go and check the records.
She clearly wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. We'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her. Gun!
Please, Mr. Ezra, stop being a big silly. You made a boo-boo and you know it.
Hold it!
Sure! Maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison. What if you took another route?
Come now, sweetie. No, you don't mean that awful, filthy tunnel they discovered. Why, until yesterday, I had no idea it even existed.
No, you had another way in. I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance of the tunnel. The route you went through this location.
Take that!
Through the fence?
That Gavel.
That's Neo.
Through the fence?
Warden, you took Knight from his cell and brought him to your office. Which happens to be connected to the yard. If you had a way through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel.
Stop it, Tippity, darling. Could I have gone through the fence? Extremely high fence, topped with razor wire, with thousands of volts of electricity going through it.
Yeah! How's she supposed to have got through that,
The fence's electricity supply can be cut off from the power room. And only you had the key, Warden. No one but you could have done it.
Utterly ridiculous.
That
Oh,
Gavel.
sorry.
Utterly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. Warden Lagarde was on the detention center side. How would she even have reached the power room?
Exactly, very
Oh my
darling.
god.
Well, clever puss, you've dug yourself a real hole now.
Clever puss.
I... If it's... Oh.
If there is no record of Warden Lagarde having entered the prison proper, then the idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breaker is out of the question.
There must be some way she could have done it.
Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you've lost everything.
But if I don't find a solution, she might still wriggle out of this.
Hey, I said take a deep breath, not freak out and completely lose your cool. There's nothing to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah?
I like Ron Karma.
Like Von Karma!
Not sure if that picked up.
Oh, I don't think it did.
1 second. No matter how you look at it, Warden Lagarde couldn't have done it alone.
Objection!
Duh.
Ah.
Hmm.
Ah.
This river run by villagers. Why are there more birds here? I just realized that.
More birds! You aren't doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence.
That was a reflexive objection. But now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me.
Something that explains how the warden cut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence.
Yes, because it's not as impossible as it seems.
She had an accomplice. I could probably guess who it is.
Probably.
No, not probably. High definitely.
She could have done it alone, but what if she wasn't alone?
And Neo died.
Ooh, now we're talking. Way to flex the old gray matter, kiddo.
I believe that Warden Lagarde had an accomplice.
Overruled.
Enough. You disappoint me, Mr. Edgeworth.
You disappoint me.
What do you mean? Mr. Edgeworth has said nothing wrong!
Okay. And it goes straight into
The inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets.
The one that raised the alarm, people go where they're not supposed to. Ah!
I see that you have realized your error. And we are, of course, within the prison grounds. Where not only are the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoing.
And despite all that, no one noticed that Mr. Consanto's escape.
The only ones who are free to roam are the animals. And they most certainly could not have operated the breaker.
So, our accomplice must be human. Overruled.
And Neo died.
Then who did it, given that it cannot have been a prisoner or a guard?
I wouldn't be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there's one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted.
Take that!
Fucking saw it.
This is one of the prisoner's bracelets.
Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner.
What do you mean? And who is this prisoner?
Frank Sod, Warden Lagarde's favorite inmate.
That is certainly a shocked expression.
It's strange, isn't it, Warden? That he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while.
That is pretty funky. And I don't mean in a good way.
It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you are in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others. Body Harmacanus, for example.
Mr. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation.
In that case,
Why don't we ask Sword himself?
I'm confident he will confirm for us that he and Morton Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. After about 6 hours of cutting through his testimony, he's a bitch. If the two of them had worked together, a certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route, which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside the Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. But she was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop. By having Mr. Sort shut off the corresponding breakers.
Skipper died.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth, you've had your fun.
And do you still deny it?
Oh, darling, you've got me. I admit it.
Warden? Tell me this isn't true.
Sorry, Verity, honey. I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it.
No way! You did it, Mr. Edgeworth. You got her.
Nice shooting, cowboy! She won't be wriggling out of this now. Alright, Deathslinger.
As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker. We didn't kill Knight, did we? No, sweetums, we didn't.
What?
Warden, explain yourself.
Oh, Verity, dear. I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now.
She is all merciful. You have but to confess, and you shall be saved.
Oh, God. All right. I was being threatened. I had no choice but to do as he said.
Who's he?
Spotted harm a current Canis. An awful assassin.
Canis!
How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. The moment we were alone, he said to me, Canis? Neo.
Shut up, and Neo died.
Oh, Jesus.
You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution. Yes. Very loyal dogs. Dogs who will do anything I ask of them.
He wasn't talking about real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. And then he said one last thing.
I would recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have to set my dogs on you, or your precious family.
I had no choice. I gave him the cell. I gave him everything he asked for.
Everything? Wait. Is that how he became the Fixer? Cyberpunk?
Yes, darling. I obeyed his every command and snuggled in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear, sweet Frankie into our little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him.
Which one of these motherfuckers is Keanu Reeves?
I don't know. And Neo died.
So you were smuggling in contraband? How exactly?
Once a week, late at night, Frank would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by the cameras. Then I simply dropped the packages down the well on the prison side and went back through the fence. Each one of them spritzed with a little of my perfume.
So that's what that sweet smell was.
It was a signal for Canis' dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course.
Can't have been easy keeping him from finding out.
Oh, we're all very much creatures of habit here at the prison, darling. Everything runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there. that adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Canis' dog. Poor thing. There was no risk of him raising the alarm either.
She has oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. With her side, Canis couldn't fail.
Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on, and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes on the cameras, which I would do later when I got the chance.
You have shared a great deal, Warden. The Goddess of Justice will surely take your honesty into account.
I've been the most dreadful fool I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days. And so, Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard.
So there's a secret behind the fixer system, and why she was...
The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled a secretive scoundrel to my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You know, of all the Ace Attorney villains that are locked up in here, you pick Saw It.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
Seems kind of unreliable.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Teehee.
That's why you were
Very-
interrogating Mr. Canis over and over.
Oh god, that's creepy.
Exactly. I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his. I bought everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. I watched his every move, intercepted every letter he wrote.
Can't believe this one random odd corresponding chess game got Knight killed. What the fuck? My man just wanted to play chess.
How ironic.
His letters. I suppose she must know about his correspondence chess games too.
But no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to whose underlings were. Living in fear like this, oh, you just can't comprehend it.
Here comes the bonk. And there's more birds. Any of that.
But as you have just heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth, the words of Warden Lagarde's confessions have cleansed her of all suspicion. Surely there is no need to hound her any longer?
Hound. Dog. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet. And I think the goddess of justice would agree.
So you mean to make her suffer even more than she already has?
Whoa there! I'm just looking for the truth! But it's also funny.
For the funny.
Unfortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis does prove her innocence in Knight's murder. There's nothing to prove her innocence.
Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo, you got intimidated by an assassin. I don't give a fuck. This is about murder. I love that I get to kill you again and again.
She admitted herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called Fix's delivery route. I believe she used the same route to move Knight's body.
And where is your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's in fact that the sweet smell on Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden Lagarde uses to signal a delivery. What do you make of that?
Black screen. Well, that's because I've heard so many times by now that the whole world probably smells of it.
I don't believe you.
Some of it must have just rubbed off on his body.
I mean, yeah, that could be the case, but I still don't
That does
believe
match the statement that Mr. Carcerado provided.
you. Smell? Yeah, I always smell kinda nice down there. Adrian. Rocky Balboa versus Clubberland.
Nice.
Yeah, it smells sort of like dessert, I guess.
I will assure you don't make a name for yourself.
I did make a name of myself out there, and then I got arrested for murder.
No.
I'm just imagining that Rocco bit the off his opponent before fucking breaking the guy's neck with a punch. Just like I'm hoping Mike Tyson does to Jake Paul. And Neo died.
His words would seem to suggest that the smell had permeated the well.
Wah!
You've been rendered speechless, I see. Then I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court.
No! What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? Quick.
What can I do? Is this as far as we go?
Finally! So we're actually done?
No.
Ah, get fucked.
Judge, there's someone over here messing up their investigation, and it's not me. Points to Eustace.
Dessert.
On my way.
I'm taking all the desserts away. What the
Actually,
hell?
no. No one can hurt Eustace because his dad already abused him. So he exclusive has I'm stopping.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. He still dies. Don't you lecture me with a $30 haircut. Eustace dies.
That's better. That's better.
Yes, Eustace. It seems we are. By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned. No.
What?
Oh my god, there's so many. Who
Was it
Who was that?
Uncle Eddie?
Come on, Judge G. Things were just getting good.
You saved us all.
Give me Eddie Fender, Ace Attorney. You know, they introduce all these cool-ass lawyers, but they still have to regulate back to fucking right.
Right. It's always about right.
Fender.
Are you objecting to my adjourning this session? No. Would have shouted objection if I wanted to do that. You do you, G. Adjourn, don't adjourn, whatever floats your boat.
Top. What are you doing, Mr. Fender?
Stalling. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill pill, shall we?
Right, in the distance, I felt a disturbance in the force.
By which I mean a square of chocolatey goodness! Anyone? Are you trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court? No! My bad. I just had a quick request to make is all.
Gosh, he doesn't fuck around if Phoenix pulls shit like this. He just gets a warning.
It's Simeon Saint's lawyer, that is. Ah, yes. I had forgotten that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender. How could you? You're killing me here.
Can you blame us? You've been making Mr. Edger do everything this whole time.
Right you are. Which is why I figured it's time to put in some work. Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you've worked a day in your life.
Hey!
Damn! Then let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness? Now, amusing, but what is there left to ask? I've got a feeling in my funny bone that Fief's hear us and then more to tell us about the killer.
It's Greg. It's the head of Gregory Edgeworth influencing Eddie to work.
Yes, indeed. See? As a major player on Team Simeon, I can spot a sympathizer when I Iron Serpent is on line one. And you don't think he did it, do you? So tell us, who did it? Come on, spill the beans. We're all ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing?
He's trying to coax Warden Lagarde into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go through all the trouble of setting Knight's body on such an odd journey? A bizarre adventure, if you will.
Ah. Hoorah.
What?
It's because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis.
She did? No way!
If he was convicted of committing murder here, then that would be grounds to transfer to another prison. Most likely a more secure facility.
Ah. Blackgate. And where he be out of her hair forever? Huh. I gotta remember that both Blackgate is for people like Penguin and Arkham is for people like everyone else.
And then Arkham regularly houses Penguin.
Yeah, that's the funniest fucking thing.
Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it.
No, no, no! Saint can't not be the killer! That's not fair! I was all ready to prosecute him! Hey Neo,
Yeah.
would this be would Eddie Fender's theme song be considered an objection theme?
No, it's more so just a character theme. I know, right? But maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Want to get the wrong guy, yeah?
Nice. Now Mr. Wiener has to go along with it too. You a wiener, you a wiener. Ah.
You're the winner! You're the winner! Ah!
And Neo died.
Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further?
What the fuck?
How could I refuse a silver-tongued devil? Just way with words.
Just doing my job, thief.
Devil.
She literally kissed him on the whole fucking lips.
You can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all verity, darling. I'll do anything you'll let me.
As you wish. Court is unadjourned.
I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender!
Ew! Me neither.
At least he's honest.
Thank you for the timely intervention.
That hat makes him a little bit taller than Edgeworth.
Hey, it's the least I could do. Kay's gotta know. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. And besides, the defense never rests, am I right? Simeon's depending on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of cool lawyer chat there. We can't foul this up now. Which means you're up to bat, Miles McSmiles. Showing that never rest spirit.
I'm going to kill you if you ever call me that again.
No promises.
You will be next in line after Eustace. Eustace dies tonight. Eustace dies tonight. Eustace dies tonight. I shall.
Some people said that this was the, like, worst fucking tell the truth theme, but it's got a beat to it that I like. Honestly, I think the worst tell the truth theme is fucking Trials and Tribulations, cause I literally don't remember that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Not the. What it? I'm trying to remember because it's not the da da da. That's like just the regular chord theme. I'm trying to remember what the.
We'll
the
save it
truth
here.
revealed theme is. Let me look it up.